Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Stars and Sports. Today we'll be taking a look at who the Nets are picking up in the next 2021 offseason. Stay tuned till the end. The Brooklyn Nets are coming off a dismal early playoff exit. Injuries to James Harden and Kyrie Irving, who were regarded as top NBA elite contenders, had a significant influence on this squad before it lost in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals to the Milwaukee Bucks. The Nets are in a strong position to contend moving forward, regardless of how disappointing the playoffs were. Kevin Durant's game continues to be out of this world. Harden and Irving are expected to return healthy the following season. With that said, General Manager Sean Marks and his staff have a lot of work to do during the NBA offseason. We'll keep this channel updated with Brooklyn Nets rumors, prospective trade targets, and their choices once NBA free agency begins.
Back comes Durant for Brooklyn.
Spencer Dinwiddie's re-signing comes at a huge price. We already discussed the possibility that Dinwiddie will leave the free agency after opting out of his contract. Due to a partly torn ACL, the point guard only appeared in a few games this past season. Despite this, he expects to earn between $18 and $20 million in the open market. Brooklyn's luxury tax bill would rise from $40 million to $114 million if Dinwiddie could be retained at fair market value. Sure, Joe Tsai is worth over $11 billion, but that's a colossal luxury tax burden. It also ignores the possibility of re-signing Blake Griffin and Bruce Brown while utilizing the $5.8 million mid-level taxpayer exception. Dinwiddie will opt out of his $12.3 million player option for the 2021 and 22 season. According to reports released shortly after Brooklyn's early playoff loss, with a partly damaged ACL, he missed all but 3 games this past season. Despite this, Dinwiddie is expected to have a strong market and will likely leave the Nets. Dinwiddie is expected to earn in the high teens once free agency begins in August. Prior to his missing almost the whole 2021 and 22 season, the point guard's career was on the rise. In 2020 and 21, he led the Nets to a playoff appearance with 20.6 points and 6.8 assists per game. Brooklyn, on the other hand, has few resources to improve depth behind the big three, which was glaringly missing last season. Perhaps a sign and trade is in the works to provide the Nets with a handful of rotational guys. Griffin isn't the same player he was when he was with the Los Angeles Clippers, but he did well for Brooklyn after being acquired on the buyout market. During the playoffs, the 6-time All-Star averaged 9.0 points and 5.9 rebounds in around 27 minutes of action. Griffin is used to having a max contract. He must now return in reality and accept that at this point in his career, he's only supporting character. The good news for Brooklyn is that Griffin still has significant amounts of money left on his buyout from the Detroit Pistons, which he will receive over the next calendar year. It's understandable that he would prefer winning over a large payday, which seems implausible in the first place. Brown is a viable option for other clubs in need of a perimeter depth. During the regular season, the former Detroit Pistons second-round pick averaged 8.8 points and 5.4 rebounds on 56% shooting from the field. While his range is limited, the Miami product has shown to be an outstanding perimeter defender. This can imply that the restricted free agent has a strong market. Brown has stated that he wants to return to the Nets. Mike James, Wilson Chandler, and Jeff Green are all poised to become free agents this summer. With James and Chandler, it's evident that Brooklyn is on the lookout for improvements. Green is a different story, as he had a good season with the Nets and might return on a vet minimum deal. During the playoffs, he averaged 8.2 points on 49% from shooting. Sean Marks, the general manager of the Brooklyn Nets, has good news on this front. Because of the James Harden trade, the Nets will have to wait until the 2021 NBA draft to move their first-round picks, but they do have 3 second-round picks this year. The 44th and 49th picks are included in this group. These picks might be traded to a rebuilding team in exchange for DeAndre Jordan or another rotational player. There's no reason to expect Brooklyn will make 4 draft picks. Jordan, meanwhile, will be subject to a cap hit of $9.88 million in 2021 and 22. What does all this imply? Veterans will be lined up to join this squad on a no-strings-attached basis. It's something we've seen before with LeBron James, the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Golden State Warriors. The desire to join a competitive team and win an NBA title.
Implications. Brooklyn does not own his bird rights, so if he opts out, a sign and trade seems likely, so the Nets can at least get something for losing Spencer. One major candidate would be the Los.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video.